life. Do I look okay on the camera? Do I look like cross-eyed?
You look beautiful.
Okay. So I wear glasses, guys, just in case you did not know.
Alright, continuing on. Which singers do you admire and have learned from?
Ooh, lovely question. Okay, so I am a very big fan of Denise Williams. Again, I'm an old school girl, so I love Stephanie Mills. I love Anita Baker, the way that she can invoke so much emotion into her music. And people like that, you don't find too many of them. I learned my highs from Stephanie and Denise, but I also learned my lows from Toni Braxton. That woman had so much swagger, so much class, and so much grace. Those are the people that I kind of grew up trying to emulate. Whitney had just the sass, and but I listen to the newer age people, and I love the craft of Lettucey, and I love the vocal ability, complexity, and difference of people like Chrisette Michele, and I just appreciate it. On the male perspective, you've got some of the greats, the LeVerts, and I'm a fan of Tyrese because he's able to hold a young audience, but his music is so soulful. So I love those type of artists. He's walking over there now. We close the door. This is what happens when you're live.
Alright. Do you get nervous before a performance?
Not generally. Okay. This is a secret. Shh, don't tell anyone. When it's going to be an awesome performance, I don't care how much I practice. I don't care who I'm working with, but my whole body and spirit knows when it's going to be a grade A+ performance because my stomach gets the knots. I don't know if that's considered nervous because I'm anticipating something great, but that's just how I know it's going to be a good show. I don't get nervous to the point where I'm sweating or I'm doubting myself or I'm afraid of what the audience is going to say, because I've come to a point where every time I step on the stage, I don't care if it's in front of 4 people, 400, 4,000, I'm leaving myself on that stage. And I realize that not everybody's going to love you, but if you love what you do so much that you're willing to give 150%, people will appreciate it. No matter if they like you today, love you tomorrow, hate you next week, they will appreciate it. And that's where I am right now.
How do you handle mistakes during a performance?
There are mistakes. There are always mistakes in a performance. It really depends on the mistake. If it's me, the next whatever comes after that is 20 times greater than what I had originally thought that I would do. I'm not a dweller. Some people have a breakup in a performance or something that happens in life and they just totally break down and they dwell on that and they sulk. I can't do that, because if you do that, you'll never get past where you are into your greatness. And same thing goes when you're on stage. You know, you give your all, and if there's a faulty note, then you fix it. You know, you make the next note amazing. You make the next step dance move just that much more on point. You make the audience feel like, yes, I love you, but at this particular moment, I love you even more because you don't know I messed up. I know I messed up, but I'm going to make sure that you are happy regardless. That's how I handle it. Now, if it's a band error or something like that, sometimes you really just have to shrug it off and practice harder next time. Just practice harder.
Speaking of practice, do you practice?
I have to practice. If you don't practice, you lose it. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your goal is. I don't care what your art is. If you're a painter and you only paint once a year, you're still a painter. You still might be a darn good painter, but you won't be the excellence that you have inside of you to be. And just same thing with vocals. If you don't practice your runs, when it comes time to do that run, it's going to be just all over the place. If you don't practice your harmonies, you don't train your ear, you don't manage what you do, then it can't be the best. And I'm going to be the best.
What advice would you give to others trying to be an artist?
Hone your craft. First things, don't let anybody tell you you cannot do it. The only person standing between you and excellence is you. Figure out what you want to do. I would always say there are certain people in this world that are good at a lot of things. And that's kind of my ordeal. It's a gift and it's a curse. But you have to figure out precisely what you want to do. Plan at it, work at it, and surround yourself with people who are where you're trying to go. That goes for whatever field you're in. You can't say you want to be a singer and you don't hang around music. You don't write, you don't practice, you don't play, you don't appreciate the art of sound. And that's pretty much it. Practice, stay around it, live it, feed into yourself. You have to be willing to sacrifice for yourself. Take care of yourself, your body, your mind, your voice, your spirit. Take care of it all, because at the end of the day, it's not just what you see on stage. There has to be this complete package of self. And in any demanding industry, it can make you or break you. It can tear you down or it can build up your inner strength. So know who you are, practice your craft, surround yourself with people who are where you're trying to go. Never become complacent and always keep learning.
What's the most fun part of being a singer?
Living vicariously through the audience. As an artist, because again, I do the rapping thing too. As an artist, whether you're a photographer, a singer, or whatever, you want the world to see what you see. You want them to feel what you feel. And when you can look out and see people with their hands up, you can look out and see people dancing, and you can interact with them one-on-one from the stage to the audience. That is a great feeling because you put your all into your craft. You give it 1,000% to make sure that you are physically in front of these people's faces, acting out what you thought about whenever you wrote the song or whenever you recorded it. And they understand you. That's the best feeling. That is the absolute best feeling in the world.
Now, what's the hardest part of being a singer?
Let me think about that one. Okay, for me, the hardest part is, okay, I'll say this. My hardest part was discipline. You cannot be all over the place and think that your life is going to have structure. You have to be disciplined. Set your goals, set your boundaries, walk in dignity, and let the dice roll where they may. That's pretty much that one. I've gotten better with that though. I'm a lot better with that.
Here's an interesting one. How has living and performing in South Florida influenced or shaped your singing?
All right. South Florida is, for me, one of those markets that right now it's really the happening thing in the music business. The cover bands have given me a place to rehearse and to hone my craft and to tame my ear and build some stability in my particular art of singing. It's also given me, it's opened my ears and my eyes to so many different cultures, because South Florida has, everything from Jamaican to Haitian to, Cubans and Dominicans, and the sound is exquisite if you are able to piece it apart, take it away, put it together, all that good stuff. I'm quirky, whatever. But one thing I've learned in the industry down here is how to keep your business and your work separate, your work and your personal separate. And also, how not to be deterred if people don't see what you see in yourself. I don't want to really get into too much, but even Christ makes mention about how sometimes you have to go away from where you start to be accepted and appreciated. And I've noticed that with a lot of artists, not just from South Florida, Chicago artists, you have to go away. Atlanta artists, you have to be okay with yourself. It taught me how to be okay with myself, how to manage a band, how to value my art, how to put a price on what I feel like I'm worth. It taught me how to network and how to deal with people and how to be yourself at all times, but when to be yourself. And I'm appreciative for that. I'm greatly appreciative for that. They're very good musicians down here, very good vocalists, and so much more to come.
What is your favorite place to play in South Florida, or the place you most want to play?
Well, I can tell you where I want to play. I want to be in that big Atlantic Center in the American Airlines Arena, and I will. As of now, my favorite place to play, I haven't played there yet. I'm working on it. So if you see this, give me a call. It's on my card. You have it. There's a place downtown Miami called The Stage. And it is a beautiful, beautiful venue. I'm plugging you, so you have to put me on your stage now. One of the best sound systems in South Florida. Amazing sound techs, great lighting. The atmosphere is fabulous. You walk in, it reminds me of like a cross between New York and California, because you walk in and you're so engulfed with what's around you that you forget you're in the heart of downtown Midtown Miami. You just forget. So when you walk back out, you're like, oh yeah, I'm here. But while you're there, they're warm, inviting, good music, great music, and they always have different acts coming in, people from New Orleans to New York. They are a venue of good music. And I'll be there coming to a stage near you.
Last question. What's the one thing you most want people to know about you?
I'm not going away. There are people who are born to do music and entertainment, and then there are people who just want to do it because they want to do it. I was born to do it. And with that being said, my drive, my perseverance, my love for the craft, my quest for greatness, and to continue to push the envelope of sound. I will love you as much as you will love me. That's that.
Nice. And where can people find you?
Hey, okay. So I am on Twitter at I am Anjolique. That is ANJOLIQUE. And I'm also on Vimeo /Anjolique, and I have YouTube /Anjolique, and there's a website coming soon, so check within the next month. And also there will be a series which you can catch on my YouTube and my Vimeo, Anjolique Live, that's going to showcase so much art and artisticness in the world, all over the continental United States and Europe. And I don't believe that you should ever get to a point where you stop caring for people and you can't help other people who have the same goals get to where they want to go. So we will be showcasing so many other artists, and whether you are an artist where you draw, a poet where you spit, or a rapper or a singer, all over the US and Europe. And those are the only two for right now, but we will be expanding. Anjolique Live, coming soon. I love you. You love me? Okay, this ain't Barney, but it is what it is. Kisses.
Excellent.
Excellent.